welcome back to Therapuss. Today we have one of my favorite comedians on, Heather McMahan. She's fucking hysterical. I hope this episode makes you laugh just as hard as it made me laugh. And without further ado, here are a few life updates. Okay, so I guess by the time this airs, I would have already done this, but I literally just spontaneously booked a ticket to New York, which I'm like the least spontaneous person ever. Like, if I'm traveling, like, I must know 4 months in advance. But John Summit was performing at New York City Pride, and, like, respectfully, that was just calling my name. Like, I had to go. Yeah, I don't think there's many other life updates. Someone called me skinny this morning. That was awesome. Seriously, thank you. Thanks, Louise. It was great. They, like, first words out of their mouth, they told me I looked great. It was sick. I just finished the other two and I was like, oh my God, I need a new show. So I started Search Party on HBO Max. Really funny. Need to get into it. We'll keep you guys posted. And then after Search Party, I am going to do Broad City. Also, I know my nails are... Oh, you watch Broad City?
I've never seen it.
No.
You've never seen it, really?
Oh, that is insane.
Is it funny?
It's hilarious.
Best show. Better than Girls.
Yeah.
Better than Girls? Like more heart than Girls? Or just funnier than Girls?
Funnier.
So should I stop watching Search Party and just watch Broad City?
I don't know what Search Party is.
So yeah.
Cool. I have been so happy with the response to this latest batch of episodes. Like, it really just... in the moment, I'm having so much fun recording them. So then to see you guys enjoy them as much as I did making them is like the best feeling in the world. I hope that these episodes continue to make you guys laugh, continue to be like a blanket and comfort, whatever you need. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I love you pussies more than anything. As always, submit Tell Me What's Wrongs to passthatpuss.com and leave a name and number if you're feeling fancy. And without further ado, I present to you Heather McMahan. Hi, pussies. Welcome back to Therapuss. Today, we have one of my favorite comedians, Heather McMahan. Hi, Heather.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
This is such a dream. I'm sorry I came casual because I know we're going to like talk through it and do the damn thing.
We are. I'm usually so much more casual than this. I hate jeans.
Yeah, are you so uncomfortable right now?
I'm so uncomfortable. I'm like shaking.
I'm literally there. I wore something with a nice elastic waist, so it didn't look like I had a cesarean scar after I took off my pants. I get it.
No, and like the jeans are like riding up
just take off your pants. Get comfortable.
Should I? Like maybe halfway through I might just get into my underwear.
Yeah, do what you got to do, honey.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
I love that. Look at us.
Look
we're already
at
soul
us.
sisters.
Oh, good and good.
We're great. We ran into each other at the Grammys.
We did.
I was doing red carpet stuff, and you were on the other side of the carpet.
Yes,
so you were on the other side of the road.
We made like eye contact, and it was like, what's that fucking painting where they reach for their hands?
Yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking. Oh,
yeah.
The Da Vinci.
Yes.
Like the God painting.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wait, Jake," and I looked, and I was like. Well, first of all, I was shocked that I saw the E first, and I was like, oh my God, someone from E is wanting to talk to me. And then I saw it was Heather, and I was like, oh my God.
We had a moment, but it was also torrential downpour. No one knew what the fuck was going on. Yeah. Taylor Swift was also like 10 seconds after you walked away. She was walking down the red carpet, and people were screaming. I literally had a grown man put his hand in my face and just shove me out of the way. And I screamed, Taylor, you look stunning. And she did turn around. I know she heard me.
Wait, so does Taylor do any of those interviews when she walks the carpet, or she goes?
No.
Okay.
She did not stop at my stand. Okay. No, she did not.
Did she what did she do? She did the glam bot, right?
I don't even know if she did the glam bot. When she showed up though, she was with Lana and they were running down. I don't even think they did the glam bot because at that point there was like 4 inches of water along the red carpet and people were just sloshing around fighting for their lives.
I wonder what it's like to have that level of convenience. And by convenience, I mean what Taylor Swift wants, she's got it. She's not waiting in lines. I don't when's the last time you think she waited in a line?
That was 1993 at Disney. Yeah, are you kidding me? I can't even get dinner reservations.
Yes,
I feel like I work so fucking hard in this business, and my husband's name carries more weight than mine. He's not even famous, but he has a famous person's name. My husband is Jeff Daniels.
Wow.
Who is also there's a very famous actor named Jeff Daniels from The Newsroom, Dumb and Dumber. So I can't get dinner reservations. I call and use his name, and they get.
Does it work?
Get us in all the time.
Yeah, for Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. It's a very kind of like whatever, like a Joe Smith kind of name, but it works. And then I show up and they're like, wow. The hostess is always wildly disappointed.
And you're like, no, I do comedy. I do stand-up.
I do comedy. I'm like, don't you follow me on TikTok? And they're like, no, bitch. We're like 19 and you're 37 and screaming at us. So
I'm always screaming.
yeah, I am right there with you.
What's your star sign?
What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm ready.
Sagittarius?
I am not. But I like a sassy Sag. My mom's a sassy Sag. I'm a Pisces. What?
I love Pisces.
You do. I love this.
Oh my God, that was like a visceral reaction.
Yes.
Like Scorpios and Pisces get along. Like my best
Yeah.
friend is a Pisces.
So what I have to do for you is I have to talk you off the ledge all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time. Yes, that's what she does all the time.
Yeah, you're always like all on the verge of tears.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about to happen. And then for me, you keep me grounded. You're
Yeah.
like, listen, bitch, you got it. Because I'm a dreamer. I'm out there. I'm
Yes.
just like,
Yes.
ask, believe, receive.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're not going to be president. You barely passed your SATs, you know? I think I can do anything. And then the rest of the people around me are like, pipe the fuck down.
Pipe down.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait, that's so accurate.
Yeah.
Are you a March Pisces or February Pisces?
I'm a March. I'm an Ides of March. So I was born on March 15th, which
wow.
is E2 Brute, which is the day that Julius Caesar was viciously murdered.
Okay.
So I have a lot of people around me, but I sleep with one eye open, you know?
Is that a true story, Julius Caesar?
Yeah. Is Julius Caesar a true story? Oh, you mean as like folklore? Yes, it's true. It is true. Yes.
I just meant like, is that like a fiction play or a nonfiction?
No, it's true. It's a yeah.
I was just making sure.
It's a nonfiction.
Okay.
It's a biopic. Yes, it is true. I believe so. Right
who's it
now, I'm
by,
questioning
Shakespeare?
it. I'm questioning.
That's
now
what I'm
panicked.
saying. If you really start to think about it,
Yeah.
you're like, is that true?
He
Like,
was killed by his like right hand guy. So and I've had other people, and I don't play into the astrology, but I've had people be like, you have like an intense energy, and people usually think I'm an Aries, but I have an intense energy, but they're always like, watch your back, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
like-
And I'm so trustworthy. You don't understand, Jake.
Pisces are the most.
I know that I will end up being like Selena, where like I have somebody who's like my money manager who steals all my funds and then stabs me one
Yeah.
day. Like it's coming, you
Yeah.
know? Knock on wood. God, I don't want to put that in the universe, but you get it. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so I think I've realized from this that I knock on wood wrong. I knock on wood when I'm like, this is the best day ever. Knock on wood. So like, let's make sure that it's the best
Okay.
day ever. If I'm like, this is the worst day ever, and someone's like, knock on wood, I'm like, what do you mean? Are you just making?
No, you're doing it right.
Okay.
I think if you're like, yeah, because you don't want to jinx it.
right. That's what I thought.
Or did I? Am I high and didn't realize it?
Are you high?
I'm not, but I'm second guessing.
Do you want to get high?
I can't because I have to work the rest of the day.
Okay, yeah.
But thank you for that suggestion.
Of course.
I'm a gummy gal. You know what I mean?
You're a gummy gal?
I can't smoke it anymore. I'm already raspy enough, so I can't hit the pipe like I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smoke every day.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What's your strand?
Hybrid. I'm indecisive.
Yeah, yes, I am. Actually, I'm sativa through and through.
Really?
I like an upper, and I already have pretty high energy, but I will hit a little sativa or take a little gummy, and I am cleaning the woodworks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love to wipe a baseboard. That's my quiet time. I'm a very clean person, but I'm messy because
Okay.
there's so many opportunities.
Very
just
Pisces of
happening.
you.
Yeah, very Pisces of me. But I love my quiet time at home. It's like I
Yeah.
like to reorganize shit. I will just spend an hour just tinkering around in the bathroom, jangling things. And my
Yeah.
husband's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I took a sativa
Yeah,
gummy.
yeah. I need to be productive.
I need to be productive."
That's not me.
Okay,
I am the laziest piece of shit you will ever meet in your entire life.
good for you.
Like I am so lazy, like to the point where like I can't even like change a payment method.
Oh, okay. Can I tell you, payment methods are so tricky. Though.
I don't want to pull out my wallet. I don't want to and then at that point, talk about trustworthy. I save the card, save it. Every fucking platform, save it.
Apple Pay fucks me up.
Oh, it ruins
And then
my
you got to
life.
know the 4-digit code or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and then it never reads my face because I'm usually laying down and I have 7 chins. And it's like, who is this monster? I really get it.
I can't.
But I only have 2 modes. I'm full work, go, or I'm literally like dead corpse, my 1,000-pound sister.
Yeah.
Like I'm laying in bed. You need to check my pulse, and I'm not leaving for 3 days.
I think that's kind of like how I am too, but I hate being alone.
I don't like being alone either.
I can't do it. It bugs me out.
Well, I feel like you're a true extrovert.
Yeah, I think I am.
I like to be around people. Being around people re-energizes me.
Right.
I will say as an entertainer, there are moments where I genuinely have to like turn off, like turn it off, go home, don't talk to anybody. But I'm only allowed 24 hours alone, and then I'm back out.
Yeah, because
I'm in the streets.
Continuing that,
No, that gets dark and depressive.
But my thing is, I honestly, I wanted to ask you about this because like this is like something that I was dealing with. I was like, how do you deal with like you're on? How do you turn it off? I don't know how to turn it off. I don't know when to turn it off.
Okay.
I don't know how to turn it on. I don't know how to turn it off. It's because when you make it your job, like it becomes your job. So you do have to find the on and off button.
I will say this. I am pretty much, when most people meet me, I'm just as like energetic in real life.
Me too. That's my issue.
I do like to listen though. So when I'm around like people that are in my circle, I can sit and just like let them fucking go because I'm always on every other time. So I like to sit back and like let somebody else entertain me. But I really am true to what you get is what you see. However, on stage, when I'm doing stand up, I take it up 1,000 notches. Like, a lot of people come, they're like, oh my God, that was full throttle. Like, I just don't give a fuck. I ripped the Band-Aid. I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot. I hope that's okay.
Everyone always asks that.
Yeah. Yeah,
you can curse as much as you want.
But sometimes when you hear it back on like a podcast, you watch it, you're like, filthy whore. You know?
I was listening to like this video. I was trying a bagel, and I'm like, fuck, you're so fucking good. And I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
We're talking about pastries. You know what I mean?
It's not that serious. Like, why am I like screaming curse words about the bagel?
I was just doing a show in Salt Lake City, and these two lovely gals brought their 16-year-old daughters to my show. And I mean, my whole hour is about like my first year of marriage, how to give the best blowjob, like all these things. And I saw the moms. I was like, hey, like usually it's only 21 and up in my shows because they serve alcohol. And I said, I'm not changing my show, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the warning, like, you can bounce now, but if not, girls, buckle up. Your Aunt Heather's going to teach you some things. Like, I didn't know what else to do.
Did they like that?
They loved it. Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I threw in a Taylor Swift thing, and they were like, yes, she's a queen. So I knew how to rein them in. Yeah.
Oh, God. I used to say, I loved seeing stand-up comics when I was in high school with my mom.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are some of your favorite people?
I love Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, she's great. She's a gal. She's also one of the good ones in the biz where if you need anything, literally Whitney has somebody for anything. You're like, really? I need a podiatrist. Literally, she'll be like, Dr. Clark's on his way to your apartment. Like, she does not fuck around. She's my girl.
And I love like Chelsea Handler.
Yeah, the best.
Like I grew up watching like Chelsea Lately, After Lately, and like.
You know what I love? That you named two gals. I love that you named two females, and will give you a hand job later if that's what you need, because I am so grateful that you support women in comedy.
Well, I only support women in comedy.
I love that. Thank you.
And I say this notoriously, I don't find men funny.
Yeah.
I try. Men can make me funnier. Like I can like play off of them, but we saw this stand-up show. I forget the fucking name again, but there was like 4 guys and 1 woman, and I only laughed at the women. That's the thing. I only find women funny.
And you know, it's funny. I still do those shows. Like I just did a really big show in New York, and I'm the only gal, and I was literally standing around backstage in this green room around like comedy legends. I'm like, I'm the only vagina you guys could call. Like there wasn't one other woman who's like not on her period today, so she felt well enough to come. I'm like, how is this? How in 2024 there's only one gal on the lineup?
It's crazy because the only reason I am in comedy and like comedy is because of women.
Great. Well, I mean, listen, we fight hard. We've been through a lot, and we go hard. Yeah. And it's really funny too when people will come to the show. And obviously I have a strong like gay and female audience, and the husbands come and they're like, oh, I had a fucking great time. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know somebody with big titties could be this fun. Yeah. And I'm like, yes, I'm a professional. Thank you. Mark, sit the fuck down. Yeah,
sit down, Mark.
The funniest person in my life though is my husband, because watching such a straight specimen go through the world it's a pretty wild thing to watch.
It's funny, but you know why it's funny?
Why?
Because you make it funny. Mm-hmm. It's your thoughts and your commentary that like takes in what he does and then like makes it funny.
Because if I didn't joke about it, I would murder it.
Yeah, or yourself.
Or myself.
Like you know what I mean? Like, wait, so when did you get into stand-up?
Actually, the first time I really did stand-up was I was 16 and I performed at my high school prom.
Wow.
Yeah, so I like roasted the senior class. I was a junior.
That's amazing.
And I knew, and I was always at play. I was like theater kid. I was always in comedy. And that was my first time doing like a real set, and it went well. And I thought, okay, if I could do stand up in front of my peers in the most awkward time of your life, which is like junior year of high school, then I've got this. And then I just kept going. And then I studied theater in college. And then after I graduated college, I moved to New York, and I've just been grinding ever since.
Damn.
Yeah, grinding hard.
Yeah. So you've been at it for a while.
I've been at it. I've been at it.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel a little road hard put away wet. You know, I feel I have been at it.
And how's tour? Do you like tour? Because I'm about to take Therapuss on tour in the fall.
Wait for us to discuss this. Okay.
I'm really, like, if there is anything that's happened in this entire Mod Podge of a year, like doing live shows is my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite thing. I love like just like doing it in person. It's so much more rewarding. But what is it like for you to tour and like be on and then off and then on and then off and then, you know?
I will tell you this. My bones are broken. My back is out.
Yeah.
My pussy is dry. My bones are brittle. It is so physically taxing, and it is the best thing in the entire world.
Right.
As a stand-up, there is no greater joy or little zest I feel in my body than when I get out there and get that first laugh. However, it's not for the faint of heart. And I would love to see your tour schedule. I want to come see a show. But are you doing like what's the tour schedule? How many shows, cities are we doing?
Louise?
25. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So I did 84 in like a span of like 6 months. Yeah, you're going to grind hard, and I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to tell you how to take care of yourself on the road. It is not for the faint of heart. It's hard. It's a hard life. I love it. I'm actually just wrapped up my tour, and I'm about to take a little bit of time off on the road because I was like, I got to like see a chiropractor full time.
Yeah.
Go into physical therapy. Like I'm actually in so much pain. But it's awesome. It's the best. But you can't party. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Yeah, you can't, right?
You can't party. All right. And I want you to have a good time. I want you to like cut the tension, get the nerves out, but you got to take care of yourself on the road or you will not make it.
Okay.
All right.
You hear that?
I need you to be mature. I'm going to be your Aunt Heather right now.
No, yeah,
I'm in my late 30s. I just want you to know you got to like have a smoothie every now and then.
That's what I'm worried about, the workout regimen. Like,
No, there's no working out.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
That's good to know.
Everybody relax. There's no working out because you're doing a full stage. Your adrenaline's already up here.
Right.
For me, I would have to, it's really hard for me to get it to come down. So just maintain, sleep, rest, do what you can. You're already working out on stage.
And how do you handle like a bad crowd? Have you ever had like a really, really just bad crowd and you're like, holy fuck, what the fuck do I mean,
listen, during the early days, I have been in some like wild, gnarly clubs where you're just like, they don't love me, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's really hard when the audiences are super drunk, and I'm doing theaters, so for me, like you come in and it's a full performance.
Right.
I want you to leave feeling every emotion. I want you to laugh your ass off, but I want you to come into a theater. So I had a real kind of hard time adjusting when people would come to my shows so fucked up. Okay. And I'm like, you just paid a bunch of fucking money. We're in this gorgeous historic theater and you just like shit yourself or threw up. Like, no, we're not at a sorority swap.
Right.
Let's have a good time. You got to adjust, but you'll learn that quick. I mean, that is how you work that muscle. You got to deal with hecklers. You got to deal with it all, but you're going to be great. You're going to be solid.
Ugh, I'm excited.
Just remember, if you have a bad night, fuck it. Forget it. Let it go.
Next one.
And then say, here we come Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Just do your thing.
Oh, I'm excited.
You're going to crush.
Well, with all this, I literally forgot to ask you, what are
Yeah.
you therapist about? And I'm actually really excited to hear whatever the answer may be.
I am therapist about I'm a little therapist at myself.
Okay, why?
I work really hard and I don't say no to things.
Yeah.
And I hate when people are like, boundaries. That is nothing is more annoying to me when somebody's like, I need boundaries. I'm like, the IRS is calling you. You have to pay your taxes. Like you are going to prison with every other housewife. But I think I need a little boundaries. I'm going to be honest. I'm calling myself out right now.
Yeah.
I think I need a little boundaries. Are you good with boundaries?
No.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't have them.
I don't either.
I don't have them. So I'm just like, I'm very bad with them, but Louise has them.
Okay, good.
She puts them up.
Yeah. You have to.
I'm the girl that's like boundaries.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Tina in my life, and she runs my production company. She's like, you are not going to this. You need to chill. But I don't know how to say no because you panic in this business. Like real conversation. I know everyone like, goofs, but real conversation, like, I'm like, no, we got to do it. We got to say yes to everything.
You have to,
tomorrow they're going to forget about me and I can't build a pool. You know?
That's what
you panic. I'm trying to buy a house in the Turks and Caicos. Like that's goals. Yeah, my mom has a condo there, but she hasn't put it in the will for me. So like, I gotta buy my own place.
You need your own place. I've never been there.
Yeah. So that's what I somehow need to get a backbone and tell people like, no, I'm fucking tired. Like, back off, bitch.
But part of you enjoys it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also like, If people didn't invite me to stuff, I'd be like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
literally so depressed.
Wait, my friend didn't invite me to something the other day, and she's like, well, you say no to fucking everything, so, and I'm like, oh, shit.
But I hate when they throw that. That's gaslighting. When they throw that back in your face. And I don't even think that's a true definition of gaslighting.
No, that's what-
But they threw that back in your face.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And she was like, sorry.
And then you were like, okay, so are we going to Chili's or are we not?
I've never been to Chili's.
I'm sorry, what?
I've never.
But you grew up here.
No, I grew up in New York.
Oh, New York,
In the
that's right.
suburbs. I grew up going to Friendly's. I grew up going to.
But New York suburbs don't have, there's no Chili's.
Yeah,
Are
there's
you
not.
Westchester?
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly which?
Hey, Hastings on Hudson.
Okay, great. Yeah, my husband grew up in White Plains.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
used to go to the White Plains Mall.
Oh, the White Plains Mall, which is no longer there anymore.
What?
Yeah, it got shut down.
Why?
It got scary for a minute.
That was like my shit.
No, Nordy's is still there. Like the Westchester Mall is there,
Okay.
but White Plains Mall it's a wrap.
I think I used to have like therapy in White Plains.
Yeah.
It was weird. I used to do like wacky therapy.
Well, what kind of therapy?
It was like play with like blocks and like, but like really like weird. I was like 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Like
kid therapy.
That's like I was like 16 doing that, and I'm like, this doesn't like feel right, you know. And my parents are like, we need this. Something needs to fix.
I've been thinking about doing equine therapy because
What's
everyone's
that?
like, oh, it's where you work with horses.
Yeah.
And I asked my therapist, I'm like, so what? I just go there and somebody, I annoy a horse and it kicks me in the face, so that way I don't ever have to talk about my family again. Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
And what'd she say?
And she was like, no, Heather, you like become one with the horse, and it's supposed to like
I don't
calm
believe in
anxiety.
that.
I'm like, just no,
I don't believe in that.
I don't either.
But I am curious about ketamine therapy.
Okay,
But
let's
it
break
bugs
that
me
down.
out a little bit. But I've heard it's great.
Here's the thing: I'm not really running from anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that what the point of that is?
Yeah, I think the ketamine therapy is supposed to like tap into something else where it really like releases the trauma. I've gone through the trauma. I work through the trauma every night I'm on stage.
Right.
You know?
Right. Sorry, I was
So-
looking for my Celsius.
No, you're fine.
Louise, can you grab me my Celsius?
Wow, you can Celsius? Oh, my head would explode. My heart would stop.
It does, but I need it to like. I've been so on. Like,
Yeah.
I need it to stay on.
Okay. But see, I'm getting Anna Nicole Smith vibes right now. Do you know who she is? I feel like
No, I
you're
know
too
she
young for
was
Anna Nicole
married
Smith.
to someone that was a lot older.
Yeah, but she got on the uppers and she stayed up here, and then it didn't turn out great for her. Yeah, like you'd like the Celsius, the I'm here, I'm up here. We gotta come down.
Right. She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. I auditioned to play her in a movie recently, but I didn't book it.
Oh, that would have
Yeah.
been amazing.
Yeah, rest in peace, Anna. If your spirit ever sees this, that was my moment to shine. And you fucked me.
Oh my God. Wait, speaking of rest in peace, I meant to say when you were talking about, it's crazy,
Yeah.
but
Hard pivot.
when you were talking about like how hard women comedians work, you know who worked so fucking hard and never got enough credit for it was Joan Rivers. Have you seen that documentary?
Honey, Joan Rivers is the reason I'm in comedy.
Me too.
So years ago, I was performing in New York, and I would go see Joan all the time. And I have a very iconic photo of her and I after a show.
You met her?
Oh, I met. Oh, have I met her? And I just got to do Melissa Rivers, her daughter's podcast, and I was like, you don't understand what a full circle moment this
Right.
is. So I met Joan in New York. She said, "You're got chutzpah, like you're gonna be great." I move out to LA. I'm sitting at a bar one night. I didn't know anybody out here. I just moved to LA, and Joan walks in the door for an early dinner. She's sitting at a table with a bunch of like her buddies, and I go up to her and I just say, "Miss Rivers, I want you to know I'm Heather McMahan." She's like, "Oh, we've met before in New York. You're a comic." I said, "I am. Just want you to know you told me I had chutzpah and gave me the balls to come out here. Like, thank you for being such an icon and such a leader for women in comedy." And she was like, "Thanks, sweetheart," did her thing. And I sat back down at the bar, and then she came up to me and she was like, "You're going to make it. I have a good feeling about you. You had the balls to come up and say something. I hope you get everything you want." And I went in my car and I hysterically cried, like, like one of those like snot bubble
Yeah.
cries. And she gave me her blessing. And then she didn't pass too long after that. And I was like, Joan is my everything.
Oh, I love her. She was so funny.
She was the best. She was the reason why women get to say what the fuck they want to say.
It's
you know?
really true. And for people that don't know her story is wild. Didn't she get like, if I remember correctly, I haven't seen the documentary in a minute, but she was basically, for those who don't know, she kind of started out doing late night with this guy.
Johnny
And
Carson.
Yes, and she was like the side to him. And then another network offered her own show, and she said yes, and he blacklisted her.
Yes, he really fucked her over. And then her husband, unfortunately, took it so hard. Like he felt like he had fucked up something in that deal that he took his own life. So then she lost her husband. I mean, it's real tragic.
Yeah.
Joan was doing stand-up up until she was like right before she passed, like in her
Right.
80s. I mean, she was a warrior bitch.
She loved it.
She loved it. And when she died, they put a bunch of her stuff from her estate up on a Christie's auction in New York.
Oh, wow.
And at the time, I didn't have a pot to piss in. And all I wanted were these Tiffany dog bowls that said like Spike, like her two dogs'
Yeah.
names. And I look for them. That is the number one like tab open on my computer. If anybody is watching this has those dog bowls, I will pay whatever price. I'm a new money bitch. I have the funds. I will pay you in Bitcoin. I will pay you in cold hard cash. I will show you my titties, whatever you want. I need those dog bowls for my dogs. That is my dream. It's the only antique I ever want. Please, thank you.
Okay, I honestly think that might work.
I know. Well, I went to, when I talked to Melissa, I was kind of hinting, like, you know where the dog bowls are? And she's like, like, she didn't give me like a lock of hair or a family
Right.
heirloom when I
Right.
left. And I was like kind of disappointed.
Oh, and how is Melissa? How's her podcast? How is everything?
Amazing. She's great. She's awesome.
Do you remember when they went on the Celebrity Apprentice?
Yes.
And like-
crushed.
Oh, crushed.
Yeah, those were the good old days. But Joan, if you don't know, if you're young and you're watching this, go watch. It's called A Piece of Work. It's the Joan Rivers documentary and it'll change your life.
It's oh my god. I'll never forget the moment I remember from that documentary most is when she's going through her book, her calendar book, and she goes, "This is my worst nightmare," and she points to 2 pages of just blankness.
Yeah.
And she's like, "That is my worst nightmare."
That's kind of how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
I keep saying, oh, I'm so excited. Like, doing all these shows for Netflix as a joke comedy festival, but I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, I get time off this summer. And I was driving over here and I was like, I'm starting to panic. Like,
Yeah,
that
like-
rattling in my brain where it's like, what do you mean we get a week off? Like, yes, I love to go to Italy. I love to go to the Turks vacation. But then mama needs to come back and know what she's doing.
I love to work. When you love what you do,
Yeah.
you're able to make people laugh. That's oh my god, it must be crack to like hear when you make a joke and it hits so hard. Like oh my god, it's like the best feeling in the entire world.
I say it's the only place where I'm really actually respected. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I go
Yeah.
on stage, I do 90 minutes, I get off stage, and then I got people in my life being like, well, yeah, my husband's like, what are we doing for dinner? And I'm
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go be with the people
Yeah.
who love and adore me.
Yeah, like no, actually though, but
Yeah.
it is crack. It's I feel like the closest thing I'll ever get to being a pop star and them singing their lyrics back at me.
See, that's my thing. Growing up, like, I was so dialed into the Spice Girls,
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne, Bewitched. These are all, like, I used to listen to that shit and be like, I always knew I was going to be on stage in some
Right.
capacity. So what are you therapist about?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Yes.
What am I therapist about? God, I had steak for lunch,
Oh, that's heavy.
and it was just really heavy. And like,
Was it in a salad?
no, I went and I recorded like this cooking live stream with Josh Richards.
Yes.
I did it with Josh Richards. It was
Okay.
really fun. He was so fun. I literally did it like 2 hours before this, but we cooked a ribeye steak.
Yeah,
with
heavy.
butter and thyme and salt. And I was like, fuck. Like, and I felt, and then and then you would think it would be over after the cooking bit is over, but they wanted to do a TikTok where we rushed to finish the steak.
No, you're like, I didn't know. Are you paying me for this? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
And so I'm like shoving it
That's
in
a
my
choking
mouth.
hazard.
And then I got home and I'm like, I literally think I just almost fainted as I was speaking right now. Like, meat sweats. Like, I'm just like not okay. And I'm also pissed because I found out salt has calories.
It does?
Thank you. I didn't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what
How
I said.
many calories,
That's
though?
what I said. I said that can't be right. It's like an element. It's like
No, it's a
pure-
mineral.
It's a mineral.
No, that's bullshit. I don't believe that.
That's what I think-
Julius Caesar was real, but salt, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
No, that's bullshit.
that's bullshit. That's what I said.
Can I tell you, that is my one thing that I really try not to be too much of a judgy bitch, but if I go to your house and that shit ain't salted, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I don't even think we can be friends.
It's a wrap. Salt is my favorite thing in the entire world.
And actually, did you know that when you're hungover, it's not because you're really dehydrated, it's because you're low on salts. Yeah, it's minerals. Yeah, boo boo. Salt. So that's why if you get like a banana bag or like liquid IV or any of those
It
things,
doesn't make you feel better.
No, it's because it's salty. That's what you
Oh,
need. If you just drink a bunch of water, you're not going to feel better. You need the salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the salt.
That's why electrolytes.
Yes, electrolytes.
So that's why you can eat shitty food.
Yes, that's why you crave the sushi, or I mean, like you crave the salty shit. You crave the fries, the burger, all of it.
Do you ever have have you ever had like an infamous, like the worst hangover meal of all time? Like, I remember mine to this day.
Hit me with it.
I was in college and I went out the night before for my birthday, and then my friends were away that weekend and they came back and they were like, we'll take you out for brunch. Where do you want to go? And at the time they were paying. And at the time, like my parents, like I was like, I was a broke college student and all my friends were always going to fucking Sugarfish. And I was like, take me to Sugarfish. Yeah. I want to fucking experience what you guys are experiencing. So they took me to Sugarfish and I was so hungover and it was, the worst meal I've ever had in my entire life. Like, imagine eating raw fish with a headache.
I mean, that is honestly a cardinal sin too, because Sugarfish is delicious.
Yeah.
And they serve Mexican Coke there, like the good Coke when you need a hangover, like the real shit. So the fact that, but you couldn't wolf down the sashimi?
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry about that.
What, do you have one?
Well, I studied abroad in Italy, and usually everything in Italy is pure and fantastic. But when I say I partied so fucking hard at study abroad, I remember being in like the Milan train station with the shakes, and I was trying to get like a panini, and I could see the piece of prosciutto like sliding out of the panini because I was shaking so bad, and I was just like gumming focaccia, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
How I made it out of study abroad alive, I'll never know.
I'm so jealous you got to do study abroad. COVID stripped it from me.
Fuck, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Can I tell you, I really don't think, because are you considered Gen X?
Gen Z.
Are you? Gen Z, I'm sorry. I think that I'm an elder millennial. I don't think that we give y'all enough credit because y'all have really been through the trenches. Now, we've been through more.
I think you guys have had it rough.
Yeah.
Like, I think
We've
you guys
been
have
through
had
more.
it pretty rough.
You know, we all went through the pandemic together.
Right.
So that's the thing. Y'all didn't go through what we went through. But I will say y'all did really get fucked.
It was just, and I think I look back at the pandemic and I'm like, oh my God, like, I think I blocked it out because my life took like a 180. It's like everyone was like where you thought you were going.
Yeah.
Like, here's a curve. And then, but where I headed, which is right now, right here,
It's where you're supposed to be.
it's where I couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
I graduated in 2009, which was right after the top of the recession. I was
Oh my
moving to
God,
New York.
that's a horrible time to
It was
graduate.
a horrible time. Nobody could get jobs. Thank God I was a theater major. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm moving to New York City to shake my tits. Like, I wasn't worried about it, but I remember I did benefit in one way because I moved into a sick, like, doorman building because
Yeah.
everyone had, like, left New York City because
Yep.
nobody could afford it. And but then I only lasted there for 1 year, and then they jacked up, the economy figured itself out.
They did.
And then I was like, I cannot afford to live here.
Right.
Yeah. My dad owned a computer software company and a mortgage, and he was in the mortgage biz.
When did you make the switch from PC to Mac?
Oh, okay. Let me tell you what. So when I went, and I'll never forget this, when I went for my first year in the dorms at the University of Mississippi, my dad was like, there's no way you're having a laptop. Now, everybody has laptops. Back in 2005, like, yeah, you had laptops, but my dad was like, he was like an internet software.
Oh, no, back in 2005 now.
Did like spyware. He's
Yeah.
like, hell no, Heather, I don't want somebody stealing your identity through the laptop.
Yeah.
So I had a desktop my first year at college. It only lasted for one semester.
That doesn't sound crazy to me. 2005, that sounds like on brand.
But everybody else still had like the laptop. Like I couldn't take my computer to class or anything.
Right, okay.
I mean, you really actually didn't do much of that when I was in college. Well, I'm really aging myself. But I remember the day I was like, Dad, I literally need a laptop. This is fucking embarrassing. Because I'd have to like,
Yeah.
press a button. And it would just like run hot all the time. I'm like, the dorm's going to catch fire because of this giant dinosaur in the corner. When did I switch over? I switched over, I would say 2006. And then I
that's
got
an early switch from PC to Mac.
I got my first iPhone when I moved to New York, 2009.
Okay, wow. So you're early on the Mac train.
I'm early.
I remember my parents finally switched over, and I thought it was the richest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I ran my hands through the keyboard, and I was like, we did it.
And it was white.
Yeah, we fucking did
We
it.
fucking did
And
it.
I would run it, and I was like, please feel the keyboard. Like, does it like, oh my God, my
Yeah.
parents were feeling it, and I was like, I just finally.
I used to have a BlackBerry. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, of course. I
Okay.
know.
Well, but I don't know. I had the BlackBerry and
BBM, I remember.
I used to get high off the BBM.
Yeah.
Talk about like that's like Pavlovian's like dog response when I like
Yeah.
ding ding. I'm like,
Yeah.
somebody loves me. I loved the BlackBerry. Yeah.
Wait, so obviously you were there for the beginning of Facebook.
I was literally the first year. I think it was the second year. So yeah, my senior year of high school is when Facebook.
And
like,
was
came-
everyone talking about it?
Oh yeah. I mean, back in
But
the
you had
day,
MySpace too.
we had MySpace, and we had a couple of. It was a Zanga. We had a
Did
couple of
Facebook
things.
feel like different?
It felt so fucking magical. It still makes me horny thinking
Yeah.
about it. Like it
I have
was.
chills.
I know. I kind of got goosebumps. My nips are a little tight. It was really cool. And the best thing in the world was, and I love that digital cameras have made a comeback
Yeah.
because I got a digital camera. But used to go. I was in a sorority. I would go to like formals and stuff, and I'd have that digital camera. I'd be on the dance floor, whipping it around. Just like popping people in the head. And then you come back. You'd be hammered. You put your little SIM card into your desktop, and then you come up with a really, like, it had to be like a witty name for a Facebook album,
Right.
you know, and it was totally incriminating. Like when I'm like, the Facebook will destroy me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, boats and hoes, and that's the name of a group. And then you tag everybody, and the next day you would wake up and have to like detag yourself and everything. And you had to, I mean, it's not like on the phone. It's not like on Instagram. Where
Right.
it's boop, boop, boop.
And it
it's
was
easy.
one at a time.
One at a time. And there was like 7,000 photos.
Was it like crack when you would post a photo and you click your notifications? It would be like, because they would like the whole album.
It literally, there will never, I've performed at Radio City, and there will never be a bigger high than when you got liked on Facebook.
Yeah, like-
Remember when you get poked?
Yeah, of course. I remember.
Dude, if
when
a
you
guy
got
poked you, you were like, I'm pregnant. Like, literally,
yeah.
I honestly think we should bring poking back.
I think Facebook will make a comeback eventually, just because like Meta owns everything. But
Yeah.
like, I was at the very, very end of Facebook. I remember really missing out because I remember watching all the older girls when I was in elementary school that would like babysit me use Facebook, and I was like, they were leaving like videos on each other's timeline and like.
But here's the thing. It is actually quite confusing and complicated. Like, we've progressed with technology. Like, you know, TikTok to
Yeah.
maybe an older person might be a little confusing. You go on Facebook now, there are so many fucking new buttons. It's
the
very
ads.
confusing.
The ads
it's the
ruined
ads. Yeah. But we're willing to do any ads for any company that wants to pay us money.
Anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the good days, though.
Oh my God.
And now here we are, just, I'm trying to stay youthful. I'm getting
You
the
are
Botox.
youthful.
Thank you. I really
you
appreciate
are. You know
that.
how to use TikTok and.
I know how to do it all.
Yeah.
I'm so youthful. Thank
Well,
you.
do you know how to give the pussies advice?
No.
With the tell me what's wrongs?
Oh, no. Tell me everything.
Okay, so
Wait.
the pussies write in.
Okay.
And we give them advice.
Okay.
And they tell us what's wrong.
Oh, fuck
So
yes.
that's why it's called Therapuss.
Yes,
So
yes.
they tell us what's wrong, and then we prescribe them something.
Great, I'm in.
So
I'm
like you'd
in.
be like, I prescribe you a Facebook poke
Okay, great.
from blah blah blah. I
Great.
prescribe you Jersey Shore.
Oh,
Something
fantastic.
I prescribe frequently.
Yeah. Okay.
Like sweating. That was
I know.
exhilarating.
Yeah, was that okay? I'm so sorry. I hope
No,
it's
like
okay.
I was like the Facebook. I was just like picturing how like. Like everyone's like, are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? Like the rise of a new social media platform is like one of a crack. That everyone like the last time I felt that was like kind of TikTok, but really with Instagram.
And I'll tell you what, I still get high off the Instagrams.
Yeah, me
And I
too.
know that I like hover there. Of course, I love TikTok.
Yeah.
But I really still get high. When somebody slides, I don't know why a slide in the DMs on Instagram still hits harder than a slide in the DMs on TikTok.
It does.
I've had some heavy hitters slide in the TikToks, and I go, it's not on the gram.
It's not on the gram.
It's not tickling the taint the way
gram,
it should.
the gram feels like a phone number.
It feels like a phone
It
number.
feels like a phone number. It's like that's my personal. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like you're inside my house right now.
My like I live here. One of my good friends repeatedly goes after guys that I've shown interest in. It's gotten to the point where bless you. It's gotten to the point where I no longer tell her about guys that I like. Ugh, I hate that.
Oh, I already hate this bitch.
Same. The situation got worse when I recently found out she went to one of my other friends and was talking about a hookup story I told her and specifically mentioned not to tell anyone because it was so bad. What do I do?
So she's saying
I'm a
that
little
her other
confused.
friend is telling people her hookup stories or also going after the guys.
Okay, both.
Well, this person needs to be burned at the stake.
Yeah, like,
No, like absolutely not. You don't need to be friends with her.
this is evil.
This is actually evil.
That's evil.
And those aren't girls. And you know what? That's a mean bitch. And I feel like her name's probably like a Tiff. You know what I mean?
Tiff or like a Joyce.
Oh, a Joyce.
Yeah.
You know what Joyce does? Chase other people's dick.
Yes. That's exactly what
Yeah.
Joyce does.
You got to let Joyce go. And you know what? It is going to be toxic. She's not your friend.
She's not. That is not a friend.
That's
at
not-
all.
absolutely not a friend.
That's not a friend. That actually sounds. Oh my god, that's giving me like PTSD to like people I knew in my past lives.
Wasn't it so sad? Like when you would tell a friend, you're like, I'm really into this guy. And then, 10 minutes later, you're at the bar and they're up their ass. And I'm like, oh, this is a game to you.
So I haven't ever experienced that because I'm always the only gay guy in the friend group. I'm always
Yeah.
the only guy. But I've recently come into a group of new gay friends that I love so much. It's like my first gay friend group. We get along so well. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So maybe I will experience that.
Yeah, one
And
day
how-
you
does
have
it
to
make
cut
you
a bitch.
angry?
Well, yeah, it would make me angry just because you're like, I thought I told you I liked this guy. Why are you going after him?
And how do you handle that when that happens?
There usually be some sort of physical altercation. You know what I mean? I whip the hoops
Yeah.
off. I got a high
Have
fucking
you ever
kick.
gotten into a
I have come to people's defense, but I'm really, I always say kind of my catchphrase in my personal life is, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
People are fucking nuts.
They're nuts.
And I also, being in school when I was, like, yeah, there were like brawls, but like, I also know my power. I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
I've got the shoulders of an offensive lineman. I've got a thin ankle, but a high fucking kick. I'm flexible
You have a
as
high
fuck.
kick, yeah.
I could literally do some harm.
Right.
I've been thinking about joining a dojo and getting into some sort of mixed martial arts.
should.
I think it'd be really good for like stress relief.
You know what? It'd be great content too.
It would be superb content.
Yeah, like it would be. I would do it with you.
Okay, should we join a dojo?
Should we do it? How long are you here for?
I'm here through next week, but yes, I have time off this summer. Let's join a dojo.
Let's join a dojo.
Okay, so if anybody wants us to join their dojo, we would love to
That
come.
sounds amazing.
It's stress relief. It's good for the heart health, and we could fight a bitch.
It's good for the heart health.
Yeah, because I mean, you're exercising.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, what do you prescribe her? Because I prescribe her. I've prescribed this before, but I'm going to prescribe it again because this is like the one I can think of. Wild Child with Emma Roberts. Because in Wild Child, her best friend like goes after her boyfriend.
Okay, I'm gonna prescribe her a can of whoop that ass.
Okay.
And I think she goes in. I think she lets a hoe know what's good.
Yeah,
So sorry.
I kind of agree.
Allegedly though. Please
Yeah.
do not. Allegedly, you should. No, I think I prescribe her. I prescribe her a nice glass of white wine.
Yeah.
To just calm down and just realize she needs to do a little self-reflecting by the pool and say, cut Joyce out of her life.
Joyce needs to go.
She needs to go.
That's
She's
kind of
gotta
the moral
go.
of the story. It's
Yeah.
she's gone, and Joyce is probably nothing without you.
Joyce is literally actually the worst and never picks up the tab at dinner. We hate Joyce.
Ugh, ever. Oh my God, this is literally Nolan. These are so good back to back.
Good Nolan. Okay. Nolan, cutie.
I finally cut off my childhood best friend because she was such an energy vampire, as everyone in my life has always told me. Now she's posting passive-aggressive things on social media, dissing me and making it seem like I was the bad friend.
Okay. I'm thinking on this one. Hold on. So you had to break up with the girl.
And now she's posting things kind of like running a smear campaign on her.
Running a smear campaign.
Yeah, she's running a smear, being like,
My Therapuss advice for everybody is fucking fight him. I don't know why. I'm literally like, meet me outside. You want to say it to my face. Why am I getting so angry right now for your lovely listeners?
Because that's infuriating.
That is infuriating.
But there's only one way to beat a smear.
How?
You don't engage.
You don't engage.
You're above
Lights
it.
out.
You're above the
So
smear.
this is my advice to her is take a couple Xannies, black out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just like, because you can't write anything back on social media when you actually don't have a pulse.
Right, and also like those people that love you and are closest to you around you, like know what's good. Who cares what everyone else thinks about?
First of all, being around negative people is really truly an energy suck. And like, you know, there are glass half full, glass half empty. And I have to choose joy. Like, I'm a very joyful person and nothing drains me more. Nothing lowers my love tank than when I'm around somebody who's constantly negative.
And you know what? To this, I'm going to prescribe really and truly Reputation by Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's talking about Taylor Swift. It's all about her reputation, but she focuses on those that love her and those that know her. And that's what matters at the end of the day.
Okay, great. So I'm still saying join a fight club.
Oh my God. Jake, I need a prescription. My sister-in-law might actually be the worst human on the entire planet. Everything she says is so backhanded and rude and is most definitely not a girl's girl. She has been married to my husband's brother for 4 years, so I figure there's no way to get rid of her. How can I coexist with her forever? I'm going to let this...
Okay. I love my sister-in-law, so I'm lucky on that one, but the rest of the fam, not big fans of me. So... Okay. You know what? My favorite word's about to come up. Boundaries. Okay. This is what you do. You're going to kill this bitch with so much kindness.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to do. It's going to make you not feel great. I need you to I'm prescribing like sweet treats. I'm prescribing like an edible arrangement, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to start gifting her. I want, if you can afford it, like get like a Goyard bag. Like I want you to
She has a great one.
She has a great one.
Yeah.
I want you to double down so hard. No matter how cunty this girl is, you're like, I'm going to win you over, bitch. bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Once
you
you-
call the authorities and say she stole all your things. And then you report her for theft. Okay. So you act like it's gifts, but you only let her open the gift in front of you, right? So there's no other witnesses.
What if she has it on the table and you're like, oh wait, you can just take that, by the way. You can take that.
Just take that.
But so there's no recording of it. There's no like, I was giving you this.
Exactly.
Like, just take that. Just take it.
Then you blackmail her, and then you
you're
call
like-
the authorities, and
yeah.
you get her arrested, and then you no longer have to deal with
And
her.
then you get ring footage if you can have a ring. You have ring footage of her leaving the house each time with more and more stuff.
Exactly.
And then it's like, how did you not notice? It's like, I'm so busy.
I'm so busy. I'm booked and busy. You didn't know. And then when the cops show up, they're like, yeah, all this stuff's in her closet. And she's like, you said it was a gift. I'm like, my word against yours. No, you're a thief. Check the ring footage. And then she's locked up for at least like probably 18 months. And
18 months for sure.
And then you can chill. And then that's enough time to get the brother into therapy to be like, you need to get rid of this bitch.
And then he's gonna be like, okay, I'm not down because
Yeah.
men are horny. He's gonna find someone else.
Guys are so horny.
They're the
They will
worst.
figure it out.
They're the worst. And imagine gay men.
Oh my God. I mean, that's 15 minutes.
It's 15 minutes. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I told my husband that if God forbid something were to happen to me, knock on wood, he has to wait at least a year to have sex with one of my fans. And I don't even like to say fans like that, but the girls who come,
Right.
they're invested in my family. They love Jeff, but you have to wait at least 1 year to have sex with somebody, because think about it. They're going to be so upset I'm gone, right?
Right.
Like I'm an icon. I'm just like
Yes.
such a fun gal. These women are going to be so distraught. Then they're going to feel bad for Jeff because he's going to be distraught.
Right.
They're going to want to take care of him.
Right.
1 year. 9 months he can get a hand job or a blow job.
Right.
But then 1 year he can actually like fornicate.
100%.
Fornicate.
I prescribe for this, I think. The movie Do Revenge on Netflix.
I haven't seen that.
It's amazing.
Okay.
And that kind of goes to the revenge you were talking about.
I prescribed then episodes of Law and Order SVU.
My favorite show ever.
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 Period.
It's my comfort show.
Same.
Can we open that door? It's a little hot in here. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm melting.
I'm melting. Oh, do you feel that?
I don't, but it's gonna
It's
it's gonna
about to-
waft in a minute.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, how excited are you?
We had to get a cool breeze in here because honestly, this content's too hot.
It's too hot. I'm like, no, like you don't understand. That Facebook conversation like made me horny. Like
Yeah,
I'm
same.
like, I just remember. Oh my God, do you feel this?
Wait, I'm feeling it right here. Do you mean on your pussy or right here on
I
your
feel
feet?
it like in my like hands a little bit at first,
Yeah.
and my
Yeah,
feet.
hold on, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
air it out real quick. Let me just get. Yeah. Oh, that feels.
Oh my
nice.
God, it feels so
That
good.
feels nice.
This was the
Yeah.
best decision we made the entire
We really
podcast.
did. Can I lean back a little and really get comfy?
Get comfortable. Oh my
Well, can
God.
I tell you, I recorded an episode of my podcast the other day in a chair. I literally look like I need to be medevaced somewhere, and they are dragging me. The gals are like, sit up, Heather, have posture. I'm like, you don't know how hard I work. Fucking boundaries, bitches.
Boundaries,
But please
boundaries,
continue
boundaries,
to listen to the podcast. Yeah.
Oh,
This is great. I really love doing this. This
Wait,
is fun.
I'm having a great
No,
fucking time.
I literally love you. This is great.
I love you. I like want to hang out outside of this. Like actually.
Yeah, do you have wine? I might need a glass of wine in a minute.
Do you want to get it, Kirk?
Also, I'm kidding. I don't need it. No, I don't need it. I don't need it.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta drive across town.
I hopped into my car this morning and my dad's phone was connected to Bluetooth. Fuck. Oh my God.
Porn. I feel like it's going porny.
Porn was playing. It was 7 a.m. and I was
Let's go. Yeah.
and I was listening to the porn my dad was watching. God knows when. I'm traumatized for life, I think. Whoa, I have like full body chills.
This happened to me and
No.
my buddy on tour. My buddy, I won't say which one, but it was like 7 a.m. Like early. We're like flying to a new city. He plugged in his phone to get the directions, and it was just like, and I just travel with dudes. So I'm literally like, guys, fucking lock it up. But there's nothing worse.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. It's early to jerk
And
it.
your dad.
That's
oh my
early.
God.
Who has that kind of energy that early to be horny?
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
To me, that's crazy. That's why, I mean, granted, I've never really like been a really super sexual person, but that's why I could never understand morning sex.
Unpack that.
Yeah, like I realized I've never like fucked.
Okay.
Like I'm just gonna be graphic here. Like I
Yeah.
realized, like I was telling my friends the other day, like I was like, the time I lost my virginity, my friend's boyfriend looks at me, he goes, Jake, have you like ever like had sex? And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I've had sex. He's like, Jake, have you ever like, been fucked?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God,
No.
no.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I can make this happen.
yeah, please, please. You don't understand. I just need someone.
That's
and
what you're gonna be saying.
something.
Please
Yeah.
more. Okay. All right.
Like I realized that I went back to my room and I wrote 5 pages of a script because I was like, I need to process
That's
this
great.
somehow.
Process that. Do you think you're asexual?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So you're horny for the dong.
The dick, yeah.
Horny for the dick, but you just haven't had a really positive sexual experience.
Not yet.
So let's not say that like you're not sexual. I just think you haven't had somebody to like throw you up against the wall and just slap that pussy. You know
And
what I mean?
Like, so like, but I'm like so like uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry.
Wait.
I'm looking into the camera. I apologize for
but do
everything.
you know what
I know what you're
wasn't
saying.
even taken aback by that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone's like so taken. I'm like, yeah, no, I haven't. Like,
I am a sexual person. I enjoy sex. And you know what's really annoying? I get annoyed. Another thing I can therapist about. I get annoyed being a married person where everybody has to act like we're not supposed to enjoy our spouses.
Right.
Like, yes, a lot of my humor is the annoying things that my husband does.
Right.
That's just like observational shit.
Right.
But the fact like I still get hot and horny for my husband and people
Right.
find that like odd. You know what I mean?
right.
And I'm like, are you not supposed to enjoy the person that you just chosen to spend your life with? Like, yeah, we're not the 7-year itch, but we've been together 13 years. In maybe checking in 6 months, I might be jerking off to
What's
something
his
new.
birthday?
He is a Virgo.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Pisces and Virgo.
But it's
I
good.
don't know what I'm
He's
saying.
a spreadsheet guy, so he's like a little bit like
Yeah.
Rain Man. Like he's
Yeah.
dialed in and like keeps the finances and make sure. And then I'm like fun. I make him
Right.
fun. I'm like, we're having fun, aren't we?
That's so. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah.
What question? Oh, the porn and the dad.
Oh, God.
How
Okay,
do you
well,
get? How do you get past that? Like, I would kill myself.
Okay.
Like, I would kill myself.
No, I don't know why. And I had like a really kind of like healthy upbringing, but I always knew when my parents were getting freaky. And in a weird way, it kind of like, I kind of was like rooting for them.
Really?
Is that weird?
No,
And I didn't want to ever see it, of course. And I don't have some weird like Oedipus complex. But my parents, I always knew that they had sex on like Saturday mornings because they'd both come down in matching bathrobes. Yeah. Or if I came home, I'd be at football games on a Friday night and I'd come home. If I came home early from the game, I'd hear Michael Bublé playing on their Sonos upstairs. And then I'd hear the jacuzzi jet from their bedroom. And I was like, you go, mom and dad.
Yeah. Wait. Multiple
Yeah.
questions. Friday night football. You got to experience Friday night lights in real life.
Really? And in Georgia.
And what was? Oh my god! And what was it like?
It was incredible. It was unbelievable.
Would you pregame before the game?
No. Okay. Hold on.
Give me the. It is game day. What are you doing? Who
All
are
right.
you calling?
Well, I used to cheerlead, and then I got to like sophomore year. Cheerleading somehow wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened. Like overnight, it wasn't cool. So quit that. But that was cool because then we could like go to after parties. I went to a very intense private school, so you could not get in trouble for drinking. You did not. You actually showed up and showed school spirit. You did not drink till after.
Okay.
And then you go to like a rager at somebody's house and do skinny dipping and
Was
all
it
the
fun?
things. It was the best, honestly, core memory of my life. Like walking into that stadium, I love a marching band.
Yeah.
I want 2 things. At my funeral, I want a marching band and a steel drum band.
Yeah,
Okay? Like
okay.
red wine make you feel so fine.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So I really connect to that kind of atmosphere.
Okay.
That's my thing. I like to build an atmosphere. Like I like a theme. So if we're
Right.
going dialed in like Miss Americana, I want to feel the Friday night lights on my face.
Yes.
I want to be in whatever this team's colors are. I want to have a hot dog in one hand.
Yes.
You know, and honestly, something a little virginal like a Sprite. I want to be in there.
Right. You know, my
Yeah.
dad used to never let me have the New York hot dogs off the cart on the street. 'Cause
Well,
he-
that's good.
he told-
Is he a gastroenterologist?
No, he told me it would give me hepatitis. Isn't that random?
Oh, is he in sort of any sort
No,
of medical?
he's just a hypochondriac.
Okay, well, I don't know. If
Hepatitis from a hot dog. I feel like that's not right.
severe acid reflux, yes, but hepatitis, that seems a little extreme.
Yeah, I was like, hepatitis. My mom would always let me have
Can I
it.
tell you, I don't actually really know a lot about hepatitis.
Nothing. I know nothing about it.
I remember seeing
Do
commercials.
people get hepatitis?
Yes,
still?
I think you can. I think you can get it from blood and maybe street dogs.
Yeah. Like,
Dude, then I should have hepatitis, okay?
yeah, what is hepatitis? Does anyone even
Is
know?
it a blood thing? Okay.
God,
But yet again, Julius Caesar, that was real.
that was real. Hepatitis, maybe not. But I prescribe for this girl who listened to her dad watching porn. I prescribe.
Yeah, back to her. Okay.
I prescribe her Friday Night Lights.
I really love that. I prescribe her some sort of like earplugs and an eye mask. I know I used to prescribe her the ketamine therapy.
Right,
She's
yes.
got that's a memory you got to flush out.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of that.
You have
Maybe
to.
ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Maybe
actually prescribing
Xanax?
people like fighting and drugs.
Yeah,
And you're like,
like-
let her listen to,
Yeah.
let her watch Friday Night Lights.
You're
okay.
like, and join a fight club and
Yeah.
inject heroin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But you know what? It's kind of, listen, what's her name? Does it say on the thing?
I don't think she was willing to.
Lisa.
Yeah.
You should, your dad, you gotta remember, our parents were our age at one point.
Right.
I saw this thing on Instagram the other day that was like, this guy was so great. And I can't remember who the creator was, but he was like, I'm like so upset right now. Like my mom is a little bitty baby. Like at one point she was like a little girl and I want to make him cry. And that's how I feel about my mom. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're just a little thing. Yes, you're 76, but you're a baby girl.
I know. It's sad. It's sad to think
we
about.
We gotta be nicer to our parents.
We do.
I mean, my dad's dead and I miss him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I made it weird. I made it so weird. No, I do miss him, but I was like buzzed with my dad, and I'm thinking like, okay, if I could bring my dad back, but I had to like know what kind of porn he was into, all right, so bad.
Yeah, so true. That's
so true.
Oh my God, that's excellent perspective, Heather.
Yeah, they're allowed to be sexual too.
I prescribe whatever Heather just said.
Thank you. I'm so sorry I brought up my dead father
No,
into
it's
this
okay. I'm so
conversation.
sorry. Okay, this is a great,
I'm so sorry.
great question. Nolan, you are on fire today.
Yeah.
No, I did an open mic in a gay bar and flopped hard. So hard that my boyfriend of 2 years broke up with me because he said he got too embarrassed. Should I try to get him back? I'm going to leave this one to you.
Okay. No. And I'll tell you why. Now, there's two parts to this. It'd be one thing if like, maybe the boyfriend was the subject of the stand-up and some like savage things were said that you can't take back, because sometimes people, when they first start out on stand-up, they just try and say shocking things, but it doesn't actually help the joke, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt that he didn't do that. But no, I mean, listen, you're going to have bad nights. I mean, what is this guy, working a fucking bank?
Yeah.
He's probably like switched up people's accounts before.
Right.
So let's give a little grace. No, be done with the guy. Absolutely, bye, see ya.
That's crazy that he broke up with him over that's like my number one fear.
And if he doesn't like you at your lowest moment, you don't want him there when you're receiving an Emmy.
Right? What? So, yes.
Click, 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 clap, clap, clap,
Yes.
clap, clap.
That. We prescribe that.
That. We prescribe, go fucking win an Emmy. Get an EGOT.
And you know what? I think that's what we'll end on. Heather, what did we learn today?
I learned that I'm going to go spend... I'm going to take an Adderall and spend hours going down the Facebook rabbit hole.
Yes. Please report back to me on what you find.
And I think I'm going to go order a hot dog because Mama's hungry.
Yeah.
What did you learn today?
I learned not to party on the road.
Yep.
I remember that. I learned that Julius Caesar was indeed real.
Yes, he was.
And I have learned that this was a little tidbit you gave me just now that I loved. Saying shocking things on stage just for shocks isn't always funny.
It's not always funny. Be smart. Think at the top of your intelligence.
Well, Heather,
you got it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is
love
great.
you. I love you.
And hey, come on the road whenever. When I'm back on the road, I'm going to come see your show. You come see me.
I would love to.
Yeah.
You want to give a little bye, pussies?
Bye, pussies.
Bye, pussies.
Don't be a pussy, but be a pussy. Bye.
Hi, pussies. Put your tents up. Put your tents up. Tents up.